Please do not let this be an indication of what's to come. Oh dear. All these things that you learn when you go on your first long distance run with a baby in a pram. Jesus, come on. This is my anxiety. I just am so impatient now. Good morning, mamas. Okay, I am allegedly doing a half marathon in a month and a half, and I have not done any long runs. So this morning I am going to attempt to go for a long run with baby in the pram. She is teething like crazy at the moment. She's very grumpy, so we are going to have to be organized on our game, and I'm going to attempt to talk you through what I am going to do to make this whole thing happen. Starting with a well-fed baby, I don't want her to get grumpy because she's hungry. At the moment, the furthest run I've done is about 11 kilometers, and I did do that quite recently, but I do not want to do a half marathon if I've only done an 11-kilometer run. I want to do at least 15. I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do today, but I cannot confidently go out there. I would be terrified that it would just be the most miserable experience ever. So let's see how this goes. I am going to leave at around 9ish. It's currently 8:37. That is just about time for little one's nap. And then we're just gonna hope and pray she falls asleep and stays asleep so I can run for an hour, hour 15, maybe an hour and a half. We're really gonna have to play it by ear. This morning I have had some almonds, some yogurt, and I had a pita bread with 2 boiled eggs with loads of olive oil and salt. So that is my pre-run fuel. I'm gonna take with me I might go buy some lollies. I don't know if I need fuel for this run. I used to run like 15, 20 Ks with nothing, but obviously times have changed and my body has changed. So I haven't decided what I'm going to take with me, but definitely take some electrolytes, a little bottle of water that I can stick in the bottom of the pram. I don't know how this is going to go. Hey? Are you ready to go on a long run with mummy? Are you going to be well behaved? Are you going to sleep? Yeah, should we bring all your nice things so that you sleep? Running outfit this morning is my Lululemon Align top. Lululemon, super comfy, super old and faded shorts. I think they're the old Fast and Free. I don't know, I've had them for years. And my Mizuno Wave Inspire 20, my absolute favorite running shoe, to be honest. And I have got sunscreen on, and I'm going to wear a hat and probably sunglasses as well. I found this, which is expired. It expired last year, but how good. They're like these, you can't see, but they're like little cubes. And it's just sugar, basically. I used to use these all the time. And then I've got this old chestnut. Haven't used this bad boy in a while. How perfect. So good to have all of these old things lying around. Are you ready to go? Yeah? Are you ready? I feel nervous. I don't know why. I used to do this run in my sleep. Like first thing when I woke up in the morning, I would go and do this run in the dark. And before I knew it, I'd be back home and I'd done like 16 Ks. But it's just that fear of the unknown, like not knowing what the baby is gonna do. Maybe I'm excited. Right, come on, let's just get out the door and do it. It's 8:56. Now or never. We have got her dummy toy, which should help her fall asleep easier if she decides to have a meltdown. We have got water, which I don't actually want to go there. I think I'm going to put it down here. Put it down here in the bottom of the pram. We have got these chew things, which I will put here in this pocket. Key, which will be rattling down here. And then we're good to go. I've got one headphone in so I can listen to my music. Let's go. Let's do this. We are off. There is no expectation of pace here. I just want time on my feet to know that I could actually survive a half marathon, or at least do like 3/4 of a half marathon happily. I'm leaving a little bit earlier than what her normal nap time would be, because I'm hoping that she'll chill in the pram for like 15-20 minutes, maybe half an hour, and then she'll fall asleep, and then I'll have a whole nother hour on top of that. That's the ideal plan. I feel like I'm so naive, expecting this is going to work out how I want it to. I don't know if I said this already, but she is teething so badly at the moment. She got her first bottom two teeth when she was about 6 months old, and now she's 8.5 months old, and there was no sign of anything else for 2.5 months, and now all 4 of the top ones are cutting through at the same time. So she must be so sore. The teeth are breaking through the gum, and it's like purple blisters. Poor baby, but she's very grumpy. She's yawning a lot, so she's definitely ready. It's 12 minutes into the run. It's so crazy to run down here. I haven't run down here since like early pregnancy, like probably when I didn't know I was pregnant. So that's a long time. I used to come down here, like I said, like every morning. I would just smash out this run in my sleep. Basically, we're running to a local estuary. It's about 9 kilometers around the estuary, and then I think it's like 3 there and 3 back. This is the ugly part. You're kind of running by a nice river, which you can't currently see, but then on the other side are these industrial buildings that smell gross. "15 minutes in and she is fast asleep, even without her toy. So if she wakes up, I'm going to give her her dummy with the toy. But I'm gutted that there's no water in the estuary. It's my favourite when there's water in there. But let's see how far we can go. It's pretty bumpy, which I didn't really take into consideration how disruptive that could be for her nap. So we're about half an hour in. Rosie's been asleep for 15 minutes, and it's so bumpy, it's making me really anxious because sometimes she like startles. And this is a big loop around a big estuary, and basically the first part of it is like boardwalk, and that's what was so bumpy. And I was thinking, okay, just got to get past the boardwalk and then I'll be on the more like gravel, softer trail. Anyway, finally get past the boardwalk and the track is closed. We've had loads of rain and there's been slips and things, so the track is closed, I have to turn around and do the boardwalk again. Something that I'm finding really awkward, which is something else I didn't take into consideration, because this is quite a well-used cycle trail. Every time there's a bike coming, it's really awkward because this pram is quite big and you're kind of playing like, oh, are you going to go on the left? Are you going to go on the left? Like, are we going to crash into each other? Am I going to get pushed into the water with my baby? All these things that you learn when you go on your first long distance run with a baby in a pram. We're an hour in and 10 Ks, so I'm basically averaging 6-minute Ks, which is not bad considering I've had to slow down so much on all these damn bumps. I've just had one of my sugar QB things, which hilariously expired not last year but actually the year before last year. We still have a sleeping baby. Not gonna lie though, I'm starting to get a bit anxious that she's gonna wake up and start screaming, because we're still quite far from home. I don't know if I love this trail. I used to love it, but circumstances have changed and possibly not my favorite anymore. I think I'd prefer to be closer to home. We're stopped at a traffic light for an annoyingly long amount of time and she's woken up, but she's okay, she's happy. I've just given her her dummy and fingers crossed that she falls asleep again when we finally start running again. Jesus, come on. This is my anxiety. I just am so impatient now because my baby is notorious for having total breakdowns. Here we go. Please fall asleep again, little one. No, she's wide awake. She's not crying though. She's okay. So that was about a 55-minute nap, which actually is a good nap. That sets us up well for the day. But now I've got about 4 more Ks until home. Pray for me. I've been enjoying it, but I have been a little bit on edge. However, it has kind of solidified that I think I can do a half marathon. Like, this is pretty chill. Considering I'm pushing a pram, this is all good. Just ran up the killer hill. We're on the home stretch. We're at 14.3 kilometers, nearly an hour and a half. I would say that's a long run. Well, at least by my standards these days. Rosie is doing really well. I'll check in when we're done. 15.6 kilometers at a 6:07 pace. Not bad for my first long run in a very long time, and well done, Rosie Bear. You did so well for mummy. Post-run nutrition. Whew, I am red. Hydration for me is 2 scoops of my electrolytes. We use this one. Pineapple is the best and raspberry is pretty good as well. Scoop of creatine, and then after I've downed this massive thing, I will have a protein shake, and then I'll try and prioritize some kind of protein to eat in a minute after I've sorted my life out. Post-run nutrition for Rosie is her chamomile ice block. Yeah? To make your teethies feel better, hey? I love you, you're such a good girl.